is Callum Adams. C to the A-O. Big up to the Ting Tings. Big up to the corner.
Right, come on then. Okay, so quickly just before we start this episode, I've gone and started a second channel. I've called it Sub to WillNE, and there's a new video on there right now. And I know for a fact you'll be thinking, Will, you can barely upload on this channel, like why are you bothering with another one? Which is a fair shout. But these type of videos take forever to like prepare and make, whereas on this channel it's just going to be me pissing about on the internet. Weekly trivia. What happened this week on YouTube? I feel like if I get this one wrong it might be quite embarrassing. So I'm aiming to have it set that for every day that there isn't an upload on this channel, there will be one on that one. So once you're done watching this video, if you wouldn't mind hopping over there and checking that out, that would be massively appreciated. Right, okay, so I've fully just realised that if you're a new subscriber, you might not actually know who this bloke is. So this is Callum Adams, martial arts expert and dancer extraordinaire, and back in August last year, right, I came across this video of him.
I've had to say this a few times now, but this is the final time that I will say this. Shut up about my head. It is normal. It is a nice head. It does not look like a sodding Tic Tac.
Oh, come on, mate, it does a little bit. So it all kind of kicked off a bit from there, and he made this video.
I've been made aware of a YouTube video by this spasmoid called Will.
And then somehow, it all ended up on BG Media.
Tic Tac better get back in his box. Tic Tac better be getting knocked back to his box. If not, Mr. Tic Tac better get back in his box. Tic Tac.
Weird month. Right, anyway, back to our mate Callum. So not only has he dropped That's Not My Name, a reply to Afghan Dan, which don't worry, we'll get into, he's also been kicking about with the bloke who wrote SpongeBob SquareHead, the WillNE comment song. Talented guy. My bars have set Wales on fire.
Wagwan man dem.
Fuck's sake. So anyway, this week, our mate Callum's Corner stood in front of a wall in a kid's playground and delivered this.
They call me Egg. They call me Cuball. They call me Tic Tac. That's just a dead meme. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. One Tic Tac.
I think I genuinely love the bloke. Like, look at the emotion in that, man. Okay, so imagine witnessing this being filmed. Some bald bloke with his tripod pointing against a multicoloured wall, rapping away to a song on his phone. Iconic. And then he finishes off with this.
Callum Adams. Musical genius.
Fucking hero, man. Right, okay, so since we've been talking about Callum, I feel like it'd be quite fitting if we'll also go back to BG Media. Boy 13 kicked out of class for having haircut like little T. So it turns out this kid here went to the barbers and got the top of his hair permed to look like our mate Josh Tate. And his school wasn't really happy about it. Which, fair enough, right? You see articles about kids getting kicked out of school for daft reasons all the time. The thing that's really getting me here is the fact that sentences like Little T is a well-regarded rapper from Blackpool are making it into the press. Like, this story's actually been printed in a newspaper. That's mad. And then staying on topic again, Little T released a war dub for pretty much everyone on BG Media this week.
All you're doing is chatting your gas, doing that Afghan chatting at your ass. Look, and I'm better than you ever been. You're shitter than the Aspins. No crack hole, got licking my arse.
Bloody hell, Josh, mate. And then he finishes with this.
Chat shit about me on your PC. Only made money because of Little T.
Chat shit about me on your PC. Only made money because of Little T. Moving on. Right, so there's been quite a lot of controversy this week. First off, Pepsi dropped this advert featuring Kendall Jenner, and that went down a storm, where she whacks off her wig and dances through a crowd and then solves all of the world's issues with one can. Oh, belter. Then in darker news, the US dropped an airstrike on a Syrian airbase, which was perfectly summed up by 2017 YouTube. The USA bombing Syria and why it's necessary. In a video titled Zoe Berger in a Bikini explains the Syrian bombing. At this point, I really can't even be arsed. Then also this week, this video went viral. I mean, as grim as that is, like, that's a decent shot. Right, okay, so this has happened after I filmed this video, but I feel like I've got to add it in. So this week I made a video on those, like, weird children's videos, but I've just seen one of the channels comment on it. We are one of them kid-friendly channels. Our top video has 41 million. Whoa. Don't hate, appreciate. You would love our content. Don't let us down, WillNE. And yes, okay, right, I didn't exactly reply in the best way, but then they followed up with this. We will just crush you with our bank balance. Like, I actually want death. So anyway, I went on their channel and checked out this 41 million views video, and have a look at this. Didn't realize these type of thumbnails also worked on 3-year-olds. Okay, then this week I came across one of the best videos I've ever seen. So this guy here sat down his principals and convinced him that he was conducting a psychology study.
I told him that my dad has a friend that's studying psychology at the University of Dallas.
What he did was get them to read out certain words and told them that he was monitoring their stress levels as they went, when in reality what he made was this.
Somebody once told me world was going to roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Unreal. I'll leave a link to that down in the description because it's just too good to miss. Okay, so the other day I tweeted out saying that I wanted to start including like a regular section in these episodes and asked if there was anything that people would like to see. If you've got a suggestion, please leave it in a comment down below. But some absolute hero suggested that I talk about the most yada thing I see over the course of those 7 days. So personally, I thought that was a brilliant idea. So welcome to the first ever Keith of the Week. So there's been some stiff competition this week, right? Like all the Johns and Barrys have been out in fine form. But our first honourable mention is going to go to a bloke called David Moyes.
We're just getting a wee bit naughty at the end there, so just watch yourself. You might get you still might get a slap even though you're a woman.
Good move, Dave. Then there's this clip of Paul Ince calling the female presenter darling.
Okay, but at the end of the day, listen, we'll have another chat in 5 years' time, darling.
Oh. But for me, what has to take top spot this week is this. So someone's dad was off to enjoy the football on a fine Saturday afternoon in his Brexit shirt. Fucking hell. Right, okay, and then I came across something horrific. So YouTuber fanfiction, a dark part of the internet, not one that I ever thought would really involve me. Turns out I was wrong. So over on Tumblr, of course, there's this. Late nights, WillNE. Here we go. Fuck's sake. It was something you always did. No matter what any of your friends were doing, you and Will would always spend your Friday nights cuddled up in the bed you shared watching film after film. Honestly, I'm not even ready for this. Just enjoying each other's company, holding each other. Oh, yeah, man, like, who writes this about me? Like, who sees my videos and be like, oh yeah, that 21-year-old who's making videos like bloke counts to big numbers. I'm gonna write about him. Like, oh man. The majority of the time it was you that fell asleep first, but he didn't mind. Will thought that you looked peaceful and would not even think of waking you up. Like, oh. So here it was, another Friday night in your house. Cal and Harry had been begging Will to go to the club. Like, what is this? Sorry, Cal, got more important things to be doing. You were his #1 priority. 247. 247, yeah. You were the woman he had always wanted, and he had never been as happy as he was the moment he first laid eyes on you. Jesus Christ. It was like you had read his mind when you spoke up and said, why didn't you go out with the guys tonight? I wouldn't have minded. He looked down at you, smiling slightly, like, oh, they're just taking the piss now, moving on. In other news, 115,000 people are currently watching a pregnant giraffe walk around its enclosure. April here is expecting a baby and she's got the whole world in strings until it pops out. But what I feel is the most noteworthy thing about this is in the description. Once the calf is born, we will have a competition to name it. Honestly, man, if this fucking giraffe ends up being called Harambe, I'm off me. Okay, so also this week, Twitter changed their default AVI from an egg to this. Now that's what a proper head looks like. Okay, so I also filmed a video with my mate Mark this week, and it was pretty brutal, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description. Right, okay, so that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed. Just before you go though, make sure you do go and check out my second channel. We're going to be putting loads of effort into that over the next few weeks. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like. It genuinely means a massive amount to me. And if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.